Gonna be American Pie by Don Mclean, and some of the lyrics are gonna be changed. The people that I consider to be my family, my best friends ever, are gonna understand them. So the rest of you are kind of screwed, but oh well. So, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance, I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. Oh, bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above, if the Bible tells you so? Do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bronc buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing, "Bye bye, Miss American Pie." Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." For 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone, but that's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. While the king was looking down, the jester stole his money crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned, and while Lennon read a book of Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang "Swing, Swing" in the dark the day the music died. And we're singing, "Bye bye, Miss American Pie." Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." Helter-skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. Well, and it fell on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass, with the jester on the sideline in a cast. The halftime air was sweet perfume, while the gents played a marching tune. We all got up to dance. Oh, but we never got the chance. Players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed the day the music died? I started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. And there we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, no time left to start again. Come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack Flash sat on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. As I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell break that Satan spell. As the flames climbed high into the night, light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. We was singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Met a girl who sang the blues. I asked her for some happy news. She just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store. I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. In the streets the children screamed, lovers cried and the poets streamed. Not a word was spoken, our hearts had all been broken. The three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, I caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. They were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. They were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this will be the day that I die. Love you guys.